Welcome, dear children. Subject History, Standard 7th, Lesson number 10, The Expansion of the Maratha Power. Introduction. At the beginning of the Maratha War of Independence, the Mughals were on the offensive, whereas the Marathas were on the defensive. This situation, however, was reversed at the end of the War of Independence. The Mughals were thrown on the defensive against the Marathas. In the latter half of the 18th century, the Marathas subdued the Mughals and extended the Maratha power to cover practically the whole of India. We shall study this in the present chapter. Release of Shahu Maharaj. After the death of Emperor Aurangzeb, there ensued a struggle among his sons for the throne of Delhi. All the sons together wanted to become the king of the Delhi. Prince Azam Shah was in the south. At once he marched towards Delhi to seize the imperial throne. Prince Shahu was in his captivity. This we had studied in the last chapter. Now, Azam Shah believed that if Shahu Maharaj was released, there would arise a conflict between him and Maharani Tarabai for the Gadi of the Maratha Chhatrapati. Azam Shah felt that this would sap the Maratha strength and therefore released Shahu Maharaj. Coronation of Shahu Maharaj. Immediately after his release, Shahu Maharaj marched towards Maharashtra. He was joined by some Maratha Sardars, but Maharani Tarabai did not accept his claim to the throne. The armies of Shahu Maharaj and Maharani Tarabai fought a battle at Khed on the bank of the Bhima. Shahu Maharaj won the battle. He captured Satara and got himself crowned. Satara became the capital of the Maratha kingdom. For a while, the mutual opposition between Maharani Tarabai and Shahu Maharaj continued. Maharani Tarabai proclaimed her minor son Shivaji II as the Chhatrapati at Panhala in 1710 CE. This gave rise to an independent Maratha kingdom at Kolhapur besides the one at Satara. The early part of Shahu Maharaj's life was spent in Mughal camps. So he had seen Mughal politics from close quarters. He knew the finer points of Mughal and especially North Indian politics. He knew the strengths and weaknesses of the Mughal Empire very well. Also, he was acquainted with the influential people in the Mughal court. All these factors helped him deciding the new direction of Maratha politics in the changing circumstances. Now, the Mughal power faced the threat of the Irani and Afghani invaders from the northwest and also of the local Pathan, local Rajput, Jat and Rohillas rulers. The internal competition and tussle in the court had also weakened the Mughal power. Due to all these, the Delhi court needed the help of the Marathas. Balaji Vishwanath. After Shahu Maharaj was released by the Mughals, he made Balaji Vishwanath a Peshwa. Balaji hailed from Shrivardhan in Konkan. He was competent and experienced. He convinced many Sardars that Shahu Maharaj was real heir of the Maratha Empire and made them join hands with them. Kanoji Angre was the chief of the Maratha navy. He chose to side with Maharani Tarabai and attacked the territories of Shahu Maharaj. See, this is the picture of Balaji Vishwanath. Now, this gave rise to a difficult situation. Under these circumstances, Shahu Maharaj sent Balaji to fight against Kanoji Angre. But Balaji was an experienced person. Balaji avoided the war and won Kanoji over to Maharaj's side, Shahu Maharaj's side. Thank you.